and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had the most fantastic Christmas. I certainly did. It was amazing just spending quality time and being present with my girls and my family. But yeah, I'm back. If you're new here, the warmest of welcomes. I'm Leanne, and on this channel I love to share tips and tricks on saving money and helping us reach our financial goals. So whether that's being debt-free or saving for a house deposit, early retirement, let's make our goals a reality by taking control of our finances in 2025. In this video, I'll be sharing a brief overview of our budget and our 2025 goals. So I've got my notes in front of me so I don't miss anything. To give a brief financial background, I used to be a total overspender, racking up loads of credit card debt. I didn't care as long as I was, paying the minimum payments. I just carried on, I was spending. I remember the first credit card I got, I just went wild. The first purchase I made was a full set of nail extensions, which is funny because that's my job. I'm a nail technician part-time and I do YouTube the rest of the time. Just living way above my means. And then last year we tried to remortgage to clear some debt, and we were turned down, and I guess that really made me question our finances. I'd never been turned down before to borrow money, so it made me question why have we been turned down. It made me look at our finances, and I started following YouTubers who spoke about money management and personal finance, and it totally shifted my mindset, and we decided to really grab hold of our finances and just start budgeting. I'd never created a budget before, so let me know in the comments if you have a budget or you're not sure how to start one. I didn't know where to start, and all our kind of monthly fixed expenses and bills would just go out different times of the month. We didn't really know where our money was, what money we had, and then wonder why we didn't have any money left at the end of the month, kind of living paycheck to paycheck, as they say. So that has totally changed, and I kind of started this channel to share really what I've learned, and to to hold me accountable and to keep me on track too. I love sharing with you guys, and I love hearing your stories and reading your comments. So I love the community feel of chatting to you all, and not everybody is comfortable or wants to talk about money, so this is a safe space for us to come and all chat about our experiences and how we budget and how we manage our finances, how we save money to help us reach our financial goals and to stay out of debt. I always find these kind of videos so helpful and insightful. They really help me, so I hope you can take away a few little nuggets of information away from this video. But we are all different, we all do things differently. While I won't go into too much detail of our budget, just because you're then open to criticism, it's kind of a vulnerable niche to be in here on YouTube, and also I'm mindful of my husband. He doesn't necessarily want to divulge our income and and budget in too much detail. But what I will say is we do have a joint account. We work best as a couple when we combine everything, but I appreciate all couples do things differently. You have to do what works for you. For us, it works amazingly well, and it makes it a lot easier for us to set financial goals as a couple and to be on the same page, regarding our financial well-being and, achieving our hopes and our dreams, really. We do, however, have our own spending accounts where we each have a set amount of money each month that we can spend however we choose to do so. And whether that's hobbies, clothes, eating out, a trip away, just have that money there, or gifts for each other, for example. That's been a game changer, and it stops those questions and kind of accusations of you know, you've bought a new pair of shoes, or you've bought more fitness gear. You know, if my husband wants to buy more fitness gear, he's heavily into fitness, he can do. If I want to, yeah, buy a new pair of shoes or some makeup, I'm free to do that. Or we can save a portion of it to have a trip away with a friend or something. I'm actually saving at the moment a portion of it to go on a trip a couple of nights away with my sister this year, which I'm really excited about. So for us, that works brilliant. Just have all the money in one pot, but then do have a certain amount each to spend as we wish each month. And that works really, really well. So in terms of our budget, my husband gets paid on the 26th of the month. I get paid as and when through my part-time job as a nail technician, and then going forward, I'll get my first paycheck from YouTube this month, which is very, very exciting. But it does vary. But yeah, all our money is there on the 26th, and then all of our bills are automated. They just go straight out on the 1st, and then I transfer money into our grocery account, which we set at currently at £450, and I really try my hardest to stick to that. We blew the budget a bit over Christmas, so but you know, these are things we can all, you know, we can reflect on looking back to 2024 and kind of seeing if, you know, we can make improvements anywhere, which I know we certainly can. We did kind of have a budget for Christmas, but maybe more of a like a loose budget, and more kind of thinking about like how much we want to spend on gifts, more so than like what we want to spend in total on food, for example, and just the miscellaneous bits and pieces like sellotape, gift wrap, all those kind of things. Going forward, you know, into 2025, I really want to set a more realistic budget to cover pretty much the whole of Christmas. I understand things crop up, but just to have a realistic, you know, budget there, and maybe just put, you know, however much you can afford each month. We're going to put at least £50 a month going forward towards Christmas. So the money is there, and we're not kind of wondering where we're going to get it from or putting anything on credit cards or anything like that. And then I transfer some money into a savings account for both of my girls a month. And we're currently saving £500 a month, because that is the difference from what our mortgage is currently monthly. In the old house, it was £1,200 a month. In this new house now, it's 700 and something. So the difference we are currently saving, but in April, it is going to go back up to what we were previously paying. So it will be £1,200 a month. But if we stayed in the last house, it would have jumped up to 1,800. So we're just saving the difference at the moment, making sure we are not touching that money. And I don't want to harp on about it too much, but as many of you will know if you've watched previous videos, last year we downsized our home, which was a big decision for us, you know, not one that we took lightly, but it enabled us to pay off all of our consumer debt. We halved our mortgage. It's changed our lives and really given us that peace of mind and security. I'm calmer, I'm less stressed, I'm more content, I'm happier, and it's been life-changing for us. And we built an emergency fund to give us a buffer and to have money there, you know, when life crops up and we don't have to borrow money again. I transfer our spending money that we each have each month, which is £300. I know this is why I hold back giving too much detail, because I realise that might be open to some criticism that we have £300 each. That might sound a lot to some people, but as I say, I do try and save a portion of that. I don't spend all each month. I do save it. What my husband does with his is totally up to him. And as I mentioned before, I'm saving to go on a little trip with my sister. But it really works. It really works well for us. And I also budget £50 a month for birthdays, because we have, on my husband's side, we have a big family. So we have to budget £50 a month for that. And we just try and have as many saving pots or sinking funds, as some people like to call them, as we can. So pretty much everything is covered. And we have like a fun money pot. A few of you might have heard me mention that in a previous video. We have a fun money pot, which I believe ideally everyone should have, because we've got to have some fun, right? It's not all about saving money. We need to, you know, have fun with our family, with our friends. So we try and budget £100 a month to, you know, go out for a meal, for example, or to have a day trip somewhere with our girls. And I think it's important to have that in our budget, so we know the money's there, and we're not kind of saying, you know, where's the money coming from, you know, to do this. And it's important to have treats and to have fun as a family. And then if we have anything left over at the end of the month, I will pop that into our savings account. You want to focus more on experiences more than material things. You know, when I think about it, I remember the holidays, you know, and trips more than I remember any material possessions. And I think creating, you know, memories, experiences with your loved ones is the most important thing, really, rather than stuff and material items. So I'll be reflecting on my spending habits from 2024 and just seeing if there's any improvements I can make, which I'm guessing there are. There always are improvements you can make, aren't they? But at the same time, don't ever feel guilty for what you've done in the past. You know, we grow and we learn from what we've learned previous years. So, but yeah, I suggest maybe just try and track your expenses a bit more going into 2025. That will help you see, you know, where you're spending your money, where it's going, and whether you can make some cutbacks somewhere. So I think unless you really need it, then just really think about, yeah, whether it's a want or a need, and whether you can put that money towards a financial goal. And this is the other thing I will say for 2025, write your goals down. I'm still guilty of not always doing this. I find if I write my goals down, I'm more likely to reach them. And you've got something there. You need a goal. You need a financial goal, something visual to keep you on track, I think. And just remember what you're saving for. And the other thing I want to do in 2025 is just be just mindful of those impulse purchases. I think waiting a couple of days works really well, so that's what I try and do now. And more often than not, I forget about the item. You know, it's obviously not something I really love. If I really loved the item, I would remember it 2 days later, wouldn't I? But yeah, more often than not, after a couple of days, I've completely forgotten what the item was that I wanted. And what I would suggest, if you do let me struggle a bit, is maybe you can unfollow some influencers that you like, even if it's just in the short term, or mute them. You don't necessarily have to delete them. But I find that one of the biggest things for me is Instagram, and just seeing these lovely things. And influencers are amazing at their jobs, aren't they? They do their job well and how they promote things and sell things. But remember, a lot of them have been gifted the items that they're showing you and promoting. They're going to speak positively about the item because they've been paid to do so, and they've been sent the item, you know, gifted the item. I did it yesterday, actually. I was on social media yesterday, and this lovely blouse came up in the sale, and it was really lovely, really pretty. And I thought, oh gosh, should I get that? But no, I thought, no, Leanne, no, you wouldn't have seen it if you hadn't been on social media, you know, and I've got plenty of clothes at the moment. I don't need anything. It was just a really pretty blouse, and I wanted it. It wasn't a need, so I said no. So yeah, so waiting that kind of 48 hours, I think that's a really, really good idea. I so nearly shopped the sales too over the Christmas period. We were, just because of other family members were doing it, they're all on their phones looking at the sales, and it's what we do, isn't it? It's what society does. So I find myself going on my phone, I've got to shop the sale, see what bargains I can get. But I think it's, you know, unless you need the item, you know, you're still spending money, and I'd rather keep 100% of that money in my bank account. So I quickly kind of said, Leanne, you don't need anything at the moment. Keep that money in your bank account. So, but yeah, I just felt like, because everybody else was doing it, that I had to do it too. It's how society is, isn't it? I guess. Let me know if any of you found yourself shopping the sales and then kind of thinking, don't actually need anything. I'm practicing gratitude. I try and wake up every morning just being grateful of what we do have. And I think then that becomes a habit. The more you do it, the more positive it makes me, I think. I like to wake up, every morning just feeling grateful for what I do have. And I'm going to continue to meal plan. Still some weeks I'm not very good at that. I'd always try to do a meal plan every week. It saves us so much money. Do you find that? Let me know in the comments. If you meal plan, if you find it saves you, a whole lot of money doing so. Yeah, the weeks that I don't meal plan, we spend so much more money because we're just buying food without a plan for it, basically. And then we've got waste, which I really hate. I hate food waste. So yeah, making sure I always do my meal plan, and routine really works for me. So maybe on a Sunday, just have that routine, sit down, do my meal plan, and then it just saves us so much money. And one thing I'm proud of from 2024 is how we haven't rushed into anything. I'm really proud of us for that. We've moved into this house back in October. We could have easily just rushed into things, that there are issues. This area is the only area that at the moment I really love. But there are so many areas of the house I don't love currently, and we could have easily rushed into getting all these jobs done. But we've really tried to be patient and not make past mistakes that we've done before. Really take our time, really think about what we want, what we don't want. Every day, we find more things that have fallen off. We've got a cupboard door that keeps falling off. We have a couple of toilets that don't work, but it's fine. We still have another toilet we can use. But it's those kind of things you think, oh gosh, especially over Christmas, having family and friends here, you're like, oh gosh, we haven't got a downstairs toilet that's working. We've looked at it ourselves or got a plumber to look at it a couple of times, and the issues are still not fixed, but it's fine. And there's just various things that need replacing, or there's lots of decorating to be done. There's all sorts of different jobs, and it's an older house, so we knew that there'd be things that need updating, need replacing, but we're really trying hard to be as patient as we can, and like I say, not make past mistakes and draining all our savings really, and just trying to save as much as we can, be patient, and the jobs will get done over time. There's no mega rush. So I really hope you enjoyed the video today. We're setting new goals. It's a fresh new year to track our spending and work towards reaching our goals. Ultimately for us, that is financial freedom, clearing our mortgage, traveling, retiring early. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.